Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one. This is Sunday Dailies, the 50th edition. Yes, it's the 50th edition. It's almost like the last month that I'll be doing these. Um, I'll do one more next week, and then the last one, the 52nd edition, that'll be the final. And then I'm going to go straight to the actual content, historical content, talk about different things and history to look at and point out certain things by information and things like that I didn't get to cover in so-called Black History Month. But a lot of people get caught up. Got this weirdo troll that had one subscriber. He trying to say I don't know the issue. Like when you call yourself that, I had to delete the comment. I said, you know what, dude, get out of here. You should have came at me when I posted that years ago. Where was you then? You know what I'm saying? See, I hate these weirdos on this site, and they come in the last minute, and that's the time you should not be posting. Not gonna respond. I'm just gonna delete your comment. Just be warned, if you comment on any of the old videos and try to debate me, you're out of here. That's one of the rules. If you come with that weird shit, get out of here. So I ain't got time to argue with idiots, bro. If you're not in my caliber, don't do that. I've debated a lot of people on here through the comment sections when the video was made and things like that. That's when you want to do it. You want to do it years later? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, who does that? That's that BS. And this is why, and shouts out to Absalom shouting me out what he said about these dudes. I told you these dudes is lame, bro. It's just they done it. And then, and Nature Boy is doing life imprisonment. I want to speak on a little bit. I don't care for the dude. I don't watch his shit. He's part of that conscious community. And he got what he deserved. Like I try to tell you, if you do that Malachi Z. York shit, you out of there, man. They ain't playing with you. They just dealt with him when he was in Georgia. Did that happen to him? Brother No Light, same thing. I told you, man, like the jig is up. You can't do the stuff like you used to back in the day, like he said. And he dropped a lot of content Friday. Salute to APTV. Y'all go subscribe to him and watch all his content you can. I've had it on the community post and y'all can share or whatever. But this guy is telling you, yeah, it's going on. Like I told you it was over. It died in 2020 when he had that election with Trump and Biden. And I was just trolling him the whole year. And then, I'm not gonna go into my so I done said it so many times. I have to refresh new people to understand that at that time I was starting to coming back to YouTube. So I finally did the next year and then I blossomed. And next thing you know, I'm still doing decent numbers, but it ain't the best numbers, but it's decent for this particular small channel. But like I said, man, yeah, I'll be covering history content on every Wednesday. Have like I will say like a I will say I won't show my face on it. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I will not show my face on it. But I might show my face on it. I don't know. I'm gonna break it down to you and explain what I've read and whatever. And like I said, if you look at the history, the historical stuff, I might have to do something a little different for this format. I'll talk about it and then I'll show my face. I'll do that just like I do with this. I'm gonna do that with the Wednesday streams you're gonna see. I'm gonna record it, but I'm gonna talk about it. It's gonna be like every Tuesday I record and then I drop it Wednesday. I'll do it that way because that way I get a feel of what's going on. See, vlog streams I can be random with, like Wednesday, Thursday, because I ain't doing nothing those 2 days, and I vlog stream. Friday, not so much. Friday, not so much. But it just goes to show you that you can still do content other ways and not talk about different people. But you can use subliminals and just knock their asses out of the park. But a lot of times YouTube has been distraught and destroyed over these years, but you got a lot of idiots want to dictate your content, but they can't. They had all these rules, but nobody's not feeling the content anymore. But then again, just you look at the what's what right now. So we're good on time and 4 minutes in, and it's not gonna be long, but I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of stuff that's being revealed, everybody's getting exposed. Yeah, the Nature Boy situation, I'm not gonna talk about it too much. Um, you reap what you sow, you get what you get. And I know people get upset about the Nature Boy thing. I don't care for the guy. The conscious community has been dead for so many years, and now he's trying to do the Z York thing. And you got one dude say, "I've covered this 7 years ago," and there's another person, a female, on the comment says 7 years ago. I said, "Look at this dude. Y'all upset because old boy got locked up. He was gonna get caught either way. Look what they did to Polite. I told you, people take their good ass time and they allow these people, these predators, roam around the streets daily and they don't do nothing about it. That's why I don't trust the judicial system. It's the hypocrisy of both sides. And that's why it needs to change. But the DA is controlling the crimes, and like that's why this country's gonna collapse. It's gonna go the way it's gonna go. I told you it's over. It's like they hand us out the stimulus money and all this other, and a lot of people said it was a scam and ads. I don't care about all that. A lot of people waste their money on BS anyway. They're lame and they're broke. That's why I don't take people seriously off this internet shit. I really know people are struggling, but you get what you get when you come on here on the internet. So again, I saw Daquan last night. He talked about this the BBW thing. I'm gonna break this down to you about them and why they complain the most. Well, in the adult entertainment industry, it's not feeling them anymore. They're getting tummy tucks, looking like eunuchs. By the way, they most of them gonna be like eunuchs, and they can't have kids. Like I said, they can't. Can they have kids when they tummy tuck? I don't think so because me personally, I have not seen a pregnant one. I have yet to see one, and they can't get pregnant. You know why? Because they're eunuchs. That's what they did. They do something to their stomach. Like I said, no, they sew something down the tubes or whatever. But I don't think it's a tube. I think it affects their how they have children. They may not. Highly doubt they have kids. Now, if you get a BBL, that's different. You know why? Because one girl got pregnant through a BBL, but she was portionally built, and her name, you already know her name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. The biggest, I would say, ass clapper of all time. But she's popular on Instagram. But she was big on the internet with formerly known as Twitter, now it's known as X. But she was popular during the pandemic days, and yeah, she had a baby recently, and she was portionally built, and she was built right to have it. I thought that thing was real, but no, it was a BBL. She came out and said it was a BBL, so she explained to me she's a rarity. There's not that many that look like her. She has to understand that she's a rarity, and people still would smash. You know how people are. They're all going. Every nigga's going, even in the conversation, y'all going. And she's dope, she don't do DMs on people. She don't do that. People be DMing her because of her looks, and that's what she relies on. I don't care about all that. She's like everybody else. She's nice and all, but there's more women out there, and she act like she the only one. You gotta get off that. I tell baby girl, stop all that. You decent, quit trying to be like that. It's just like everybody else. You nice though, looking, not that ugly, but I'm just saying you just need to just chill out with that. She wanted some attention. And I don't think she don't give a fuck no way, but most of them don't. But the ones that care so much, it just goes to show you that people just get caught up with themselves all the time. But like I said, APTV said it best, man. You have to look at it from that angle. And I'm just saying, like, from a person that's been on this site for so many years and been on here for decades, been on here for like, I'll say 17 years. Been on this site for 17 years. And I'll tell you why I've been on this site for 17 years. I've been on the site for 17 years. It'll be 17 years I'll say in May, according to my old channel. I lost it around this time of the month. And this was back in 2012, my old channel. And then I made the other one next month. It's going to be already, make it 11 years. That's 11 years ago. It's 11 years since I've been on here. 2012, excuse me, 12 years, excuse me. It was 11 years last year, wasn't it? 10 years in 2022, right? No, it's 12 years. It'll be 11 years in 2013. That's about right. It's 11 years in 2013. Okay. It'll be 12 years since this channel. Yeah, I've been on here. I've been on this second channel for 12 years. The other half, I've been on it for like 5 years. I lost it halfway through the 5-year mark, but it was 4.5, 5 years. But it was a 5-year. I've been on YouTube for like the 5 years before that. And then I got this channel in April because my other channel got popped over a hit list they did during the winter. They had this plan the whole time since last year. So again, enough on that, but I've been on here for 17 years. I've been on YouTube for a long, long time. I've seen the iterations, what it was, and I was from the past. I'm from the old school YouTube, and I remember what it was. I used to be on this, and I'm old enough to remember. See, back then In 2007, I was 19 years old. A lot of hair on my head, right? Even if you look at the old videos from 2012, a lot of hair on my head. I've been around a long time. I'm bald right now, shaved and bald right now. I'm bald headed. So y'all can't make fun of my head. So it's irrelevant to show my head. Y'all are not worthy of it. I'm bald headed. Just to let you know I'm bald. Still got facial hair and everything, but a few little grays here. But I'm up there. So I'm past 19. Now I'm 30. I'm in the 30 range. I'm in the 30 plus. I already done revealed a little bit of my age. That's it. But still here, healthy, still here, trying to make it out here and just trying to learn about content creation in a basic way and an educational way and talk about my little history stuff on the side, what I've learned and what I studied and things like that. That's just my actual side content. It's my real content, but it's my side content. I don't really talk about it as much like I used to. It's not relevant, but it's relevant of what I've learned and explain why I look at this at the time. And it was not popular at the time because back then, the stuff that I was talking about back then was not popular when I was getting those views. And eventually I got views years later and people start watching. People start getting into the news and all that. I was into that shit at 19, bro, when Bush was getting out of office and things like that. So it's pretty much the same. So I'm not really shocked by it. So that's how I'm going to harmonize things like that. But you got people just talking all mad, reckless shit about you and things like that nature. But you gotta understand how the world works. A lot of people get caught up on self destruction on here on YouTube, and I think Absalom said it best, and they just focus on the females, females, females. But that's what happens. I don't call them women. Women, like people complain about, the women. They use the term women a lot. Women, to me, when you use the word women, that applies to modesty. When I think of women, I think of modesty and everything else. A lot of people use that word loosely and try to say they're bad and all that. You just hate women. Now, stop saying she's a woman. They look like women, but they're actually females. They're not acting like a woman. Females act like that. They talk and get y'all worked up. Y'all love females, but don't want to say it. But stop calling them a woman. See, that shows how slow most of these dudes are. They try to pretend these so-called masculine retards. Don't understand. You got men and you got males. There's a difference between a man and a male. A men know how to act to men. They don't get on panels and scream about female problems and they use the word woman loosely. They need to stop using that and stop giving them the W term. Why? Because you're gassing their head up, and then they think they're a woman, which they're not. They're females. They're dogs. They're like, "Roo, roo." We call them the other word. That's what they are, and they don't care nothing about you. And that's the thing about these dudes. They're so slow and derelict. They don't understand that you're giving them too much power. Stop giving them too much credit. That's all I'm saying. Just stop calling it. When you talk about so-called women, I call them females. And I know they hate that term, but they need to be quiet. That's what you are, dummy. You're a female. I'm a male, actually a man too at the same time, but I'm a grown man, whatever. But I'm also a male. I understand the male species, and that's what we do. The males, we use it subjectively all the time. We use it when we talk about the so-called men out there. Stop calling them men. Those are males. I try to tell them that. It's a balance of both sides. You got to call who's not really a man. A proper man, he could have no kids or not, or have. I'll say he has with kids or without. He's still a proper man. But if he's doing something constructive with society, he's doing something to help other people around him. Eventually, he'll have kids. Eventually, not. But that's a man. Man makes those decisions all the time. That's a man. A man or men make decisions. That's what men do, and that's what men do. But if you're a male, simply male, just reckless out here living a derelict poverty, then you're a male. I consider you a male. And then you got females do the same shit that them guys do. They're a reflection of what you do, whether you like it or not. And most dudes get caught up with the W word so much. They say, woman this, woman, 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 a woman, woman, a woman, woman. That's all I hear on panels. They can't say female. Why? Because they want to be females. That's their problem. And that's why they talk about adult content creators so much and stop trying to make them as women. They're not women. When they're in the adult industry doing sexual explicit stuff, they gonna do what they're gonna do. A lot of people, and I hate the term sex worker. I'm gonna break that down to you. Sex worker is just a cop out of not saying, I'm just gonna say pornography, a porn star or adult star. I don't say it like that because I know you two don't like that word either. Fuck them. But adult stars want to be called themselves their workers. That ain't no job. You just doing that for entertainment. Yeah, you get paid to do what you do as an entertainer. A strip club don't count. Like, yeah, you're a stripper. We say strippers, we say whatever. Prostitution. You're a prostitute, that basically. They don't want to come out and say they're prostitutes. And that's embarrassing to them to say that. And that's why most these males and these men call y'all the W word. They call you whores. That's what you are. And a lot of people don't want to hear that word. And then, yeah, when they get mad at you, you are what you are. That's an insult. That's the insult they're gonna use. They don't like that. I don't care if you're married or whatever. Your man's a cuck. He's a cuckadoodle dude. That's what he is. Like, I'm not denying that y'all in somewhat. I don't believe in they relationships is fake. It's not real. 95% of those relationships do not last. They end up going with somebody else or the same sex. That's what they do. And they pretend like, I hate the term sex work so much because that is a liberal propaganda piece. See, anytime they use SW, that's a liberal utilitarian bullshit concept they use to control the males. They already control the males because they're slow and don't understand that there's no such thing as a sex worker. I don't believe in that. I don't subscribe to that. That's what these idiots call themselves. No, you just want to be an adult star. You're trying to get into the adult entertainment industry, and you're trying to do that. That's why everybody's going to Vegas to get slutted out. That's the whole point. You cannot have a relationship, couples, adult scenes do not go so far. And shouts out to the dude on Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter, named Harry Hopper. He broke this down. He said, you're going to have to do that stuff in order to be successful. I ain't gonna mention it here, but you know what I'm talking about. You can't have an industry like that if you're in a relationship. That shit's played out. You can have them on scenes for play, but on the real, your relationships is that money and that guy's paying you. Because most of these dudes is cucks and simps all day, and that's what they do. That's what they do. That's what simps do. He's a beggar. Yes, he's a simpleton, but he's also a beggar. They be begging for something they don't deserve. So they need to be quiet. You're giving them to the simps. You're giving them on X, Instagram. Don't get me started with all the websites, Telegram. Don't get me started. They're everywhere. So they're hypocrites. That's why they call themselves the SW so much. They need to stop saying that. No, there's no such thing as that. You're not working. You're just hustling and finesse people. You're fake. You're trying to be in the adult entertainment industry. Just tell the truth and just say you get tested regularly. These stars get tested every day. Even the amateur ones, they get tested every day because they got something. They try to say they ain't got nothing. You got something. Let us know up front and pull us to the side, and you have to be, it's an exchange, right? That's why people don't do scenes with them. See, they open with it now. See, back in the day, they was quiet about it. Now they open with it because society's collapsing. That's why I'm so focused why these dudes talk about it so much. And I studied the game, how they done it over the years. See, since I left YouTube, it's been running rampant on the internet worldwide. And the conversations is weird. But these adult stars are the problem. And we should boycott and stop as the men, the real men should just tell the males that, and we're going to try to make them as men. We can change them by avoiding that. Just boycott it all together. That shit's going to disappear. They'll be proper, what you say, women then. They have to get out of that female behavior first and then become a woman and be proper. We can train her. Train to lead, what's what. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in no monogamous relationships. That ain't coming back because I think people want multiple wives in the future. Man can have more than one woman. He can't. I do believe that, but I don't believe in the monogamous relationships because they don't work. That's a Western European concept. I don't mess with it. If y'all like it, that's cool. At one time I used to buy into that, but that shit don't work for me. I saw the results of that in my own family. It's just there's just gonna be you're gonna get tired with each other with the emotional labor. Emotional labor does not work. It only works if you have it, if you don't. That's why I don't subscribe to one woman thing. I really do not believe that. That's that Western civilization BS that was created by a certain group of people. And it does not work. And study shows it don't work. That's why divorce rates go up. If he has multiple wives, no matter what color he is, that will save a lot of men and these males out here, a lot of males and men, the heartaches they have. So you gotta understand why people use the word SW so much, or it means sex worker. I don't like the term at all. I think they use that to silence the, individuals for calling them an adult, amateur adult entertainment star. You are adult entertainment star in an amateur level and a professional level. There's different lanes. It's vast. You are what you are. And if you into prostitution, like OnlyFans said, you can't have prostitution on there. Well, OnlyFans need to be quiet. Y'all promote prostitution legally, and it's legal in certain states. It's legal in they try to say it's not legal in Texas. That's BS. They're gonna change that in the near future if they get somebody in the White House, and they're gonna legalize it because there's money. They trying to get money off of it. Now the police ain't controlling shit. They lose in that battle. They get fired every day messing with a prostitute, and that hurts them. So again, that's why people are not going for it. That's why this country is gonna go the way it's gonna go. And sex will never go away. That's the human of nature life. That will never go away. Never. That's why people need to get over the fact it's over. They ain't going to win that argument, and people like it so much. And I understand they use the word SW so much. They try to say that's no, it's not. It's not healthy. You want to mess with other people. You have an open relationship. That shit is played out, and nobody's not going to purchase that. And they going to understand that they just want the lust and the kink and the fetish of it. It's a fetish. That's all it is a fetish. And all these fetishes content is booming, they say, but it's booming for certain individuals. But that's going to get killed off if they're trying to go the professional route. The professionals do not like that. They'll kill that and say, let's knock this stuff down. Let's knock this stuff down. And they don't want that. So you got to understand that that world is dead now. The professional adult entertainment shit is still thriving with $1 billion in there straight. The amateur shit is dead. It's dead. It's going to be finito in the near future because you already know everybody wants to go professional and most of them is going to fade out. That happens all the time. You never going to lose that cycle. It's always money in that. You're replaceable by a lot of females. Y'all not the ones. Y'all going to be gone and wither away, and we don't care. We get new ones all the time. That's why I look at it different. I don't mess with it no more. I messed with it when I was younger. I'm guilty of it. I'm clean from that. I don't watch it as much like I used to, but I study it from a glance. And when I see it on X a lot, you already know they pushing it. And I don't really care for it because people ain't as miserable anyway. They're the ones miserable. And then they did it on OnlyFans one time and showed their cheeks or whatever. And I know this one individual, and then she embarrassed, she deleted. No, it's on there forever. They know what it looked like. You out of there, man. Like y'all can't tell me about this stuff. So, anyways, that's all I gotta say. I'm just speaking my mind, but shouts out to APTV for shouting me out, and I'm shouting him out on this one. He's right, and everything he wrote down, he just dropping science on it. But it's the thing about it, you going to have to learn that. I dropped some stuff in his thing on the other platform. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all had to ask him about that. It's very normal, but you got to understand what time it is. Because these dudes is lying on here. Like they're thirsty for attention for females. And that's why the so-called manosphere has been dead since 2020. 2021 was a fad. Let's just keep it real. Nobody listen to BGS no more. They got tired of him in the next year. And then the next year after that, I got tired of him. And everything fell in place. Now we're in 2024 election year. We got to see who's president. We're going to see who's who on here. You see? Now everybody's talking about the real stuff no more. But that's all I got to say, man. Like, I'm just speaking my mind about the Sunday dailies, the nigga shit on YouTube. It's just typical as usual. And in the sports world, LeBron's pushing his son. That backfired. I'm glad people saw that stream. Appreciate y'all from last week of the Independent Thinking series. And I'm like, we're going to do one this coming up next week, the next Sunday, not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. The next Sunday, we're going to talk about, on Thursday, the Sunday dailies, and we're going to talk about the Independent Thinking series about why you should avoid adult stars altogether in the near future, because that ain't the future, because it's collapsing. Everybody's thirsty. They want to get married. They want to be the modern. See, when they use the word they're not modern. They're modern females. Modern females pretend to be women, which they're not. They done been used up online. They've been seen. They're girls. They're not women. They're not proper women that ain't been used. It's a handful. It ain't that many. It's a handful. You can see from here to overseas. It's not that many. It's very limited. There's no slim pickings. No, it's you niggas think that. Stop calling them women. If you stop calling them and know who's who, you already know. It's slim pickings. Y'all ass. Y'all the thirsty ones, not me. If y'all stop thinking that, we got the power. The males and the men got the power over here. We always have. It's gonna go right back the way it was, and they can't rule nothing without us, and they know that. So with that, until next time, shalom to the people of Israel, shalom, and the Gentiles as well, shalom. Until next time, and I'll see y'all on the next one, and I'm out.